Hola. This is, well, first of all, it's my mother's birthday, so she was impressed by my gifts. Treat your mothers right, guys, unless they're, you know, huge bitches. Anyway, this is a big video for myself, hopefully a lot of other people. It is the 1994 Super J Cup review. Obviously, this is one of the most famous shows of all time. It definitely top 5 in Japan, if not the world. And well, before we get to it, I have to announce that I passed 200 subscribers recently, thanks to Joshua of Puroresu Report, Wild Discipline. Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone. If you guys have any requests or reviews, you want me to fantasy book something, I got one request. Yeah, you just say it, but I've already got one request that I can't fulfill unless somebody else points me to it. WXW 2009, the gold 24 karat tournament. If someone can find me the last, or 2010, 2009, I think it was one of those, or both. I'll take either one. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. So, without further ado, let's get to the 1994 Super J Cup, April 6th. It was 1994. We get an opening video package, which displays all the competitors doing dive and power slams, whatever, crazy stuff. And we get random awesome English words like dynamic and for pride, and just awesome. I love Japan, man. I'm moving there. I just need enough money. Everyone is in the ring, you know, at the opening ceremonies, and Malenko versus Gedo was the first match. Yeah, opening round match, Malenko versus Gedo. Gedo wasn't exactly intimidating back in 1994, and he didn't swear enough. In fact, he looked kind of like a bum. Basically, imagine WWF's Japanese stereotypes in the late 80s, early 90s. Gedo fit them. I mean, his look. He wasn't in the greatest shape either. He's a little pudgy. Anyway, Malenko made him look as good as he could. He hit the jackhammer that would make that fucking Jamoke Greenberg or Goldberg, whatever you want to call him, green. He was always green. So yeah, that was kind of a highlight. Surprisingly, Gedo went over. I was kind of like, fuck. One person shouldn't have went over another person. Yeah, well, Malenko would be appreciated more later on. Years later. Then we got an opening round match. Ohtani Shinjiro, a very young Ohtani, if you can imagine that, versus Super Delfin. All you need to know about his Delfin is he's a piece of shit. 35%. Yeah, just Ohtani kind of jumpstart this match, went right after the legs of Delfin. Delfin was super over, like fucking ridiculously over for how shitty he is. Yeah, it kind of reminds me like when Batista was over at first and he was shit, but anyway. Don't ask me why he was over. It could have been a colorful, shiny attire. Didn't take Ohtani long to take to the skies, but Delfin was too, you know, cunning for that. Ohtani returned to the lower limbs and worked over Delfin's legs very well. Of course, Delfin, like a man with advanced Alzheimer's, completely forgot about the legs. He didn't even sell them while he was in moves. Delfin's selling of the legs was so embarrassing. I wish he was booed out of the arena. I would have fucking fired him. I would have been like Inoki. He'd come out and like finish this match, get the hell out of here. But instead, he goes over. So 2 mistakes. That's it in this whole fucking tournament. 2 mistakes. You got Gedo going over Malenko and Delfin going over Ohtani. Ohtani and Malenko, could you imagine if that would have been a second round match? Holy shit, this would have been even more legendary. This would have been 10 out of 10. Perfect. Perfect 10. Woo! Alright, then we had an opening round match between Black Tiger, Eddy Guerrero, under the hood, versus TAKA Michinoku. This is I really dug this match, man. TAKA looked like he was about 12, 13 years old. Had a crew cut, which is actually an improvement from his current hair. But it's not much better. This is it was pretty much a safe bet when you saw that young, fresh-faced TAKA. He was gonna get their ever-loving shit kicked out of him, and you know, Eddy was you know, more than willing to throw the beating. Pretty much every move from the very beginning up, because TAKA was in constant threat of losing every second of this match. Every time he kicked out, he had that big shock, and I love that. Just like MVP, I love when the fans chant that. It's the best thing ever. Great crowd. Once Michinoku got kind of a sustained offense, he took to the air. He got higher than Woody Harrelson at Willie Nelson's house in the trailer. I mean, you know what I mean. Grow up. For personal use. We joke. Anyway, TAKA just displayed guts and heart, the fighting spirit, heart of the warrior, you know, soul of the samurai, all that shit. He was just great. Eddy finished the young man off after he kicked out of a huge power bomb, which got a he finished it with a sickening tornado DDT. Did Black Tiger? Not the little bitch Delfin's DDT either. Fuck Super Delfin. Super fucking go to Mexico and be a shitty wrestler. Don't fuck up Japan. Alright, then we had an opening round match. El Samurai versus Motegi Masayoshi. I don't know much about Motegi. Motegi, something like that. I'd give this match like a 45%. It was pretty solid. I kind of saw it as El Samurai versus El Jobber, but I don't think it was a jobber. It's just a guy that's not as memorable. One thing I will say about Motegi, maybe that's it, is he innovated the rolling German suplexes. The rolling Romero special, you know, decent stuff. Samurai obviously was a better wrestler, and he won the match. Alright, then we had I believe it was a second to last opening round match. Negro Casas versus Ricky Fuji, but 32%. Fuji, his attire looked extremely ridiculous and dated. It was hard to take serious, but it was so funny. Not intentionally, but he was being serious as a heart attack, but it was so funny. Despite being a product of Mexican Lucha Libre, Negro Casas actually developed a hard-hitting, mat-based offense, at least from when this match showed. He obviously proved that in Mexico, they have workers too. They don't just have botch artists who barely touch each other. Like getting hit with an empty pillowcase. Those fucking lucha moves. Anyway, enough with my lucha rant. Fuji gets the win here in an average match. It's average, very average, maybe below. It's, I don't know. Neither guy was like a super worker, so you can't really blame them. Fuji's alright. Got the right opponent. Anyway, our final opening round match, and probably the second best one. Some people might say it's the best. Hayabusa versus Jushin, the Thunder Liger. Holy shit, Liger is over. Just as over as he is now, back then. Just great shit. Even cooler is probably the fact that Hayabusa hit a spinning leg lariat, spin kick, whatever you want to call it, sent Liger to the outside, and before Hayabusa even had his ring jacket off, he hit the tope con hilo, or whatever you want to call it, big flip over the top rope, and just wiped out Liger. It got like a, and the, yeah, this match wasn't without its botches, but it's Hayabusa. I'm sure he was a little nervous. I mean, he wasn't exactly like a big name yet. I don't think he was. Combine that with only knowing one speed, because that's what Hayabusa was like. And he can have disaster at certain moments. Unfortunately, that's what ended his career, in a way. Despite any botches, this match was very good. And post-match, great display by Liger. Making sure Hayabusa was okay. Even gave him a water, gave him a neck rub, got him up, put his hand in the air, got him a huge cheer. Liger, the classiest guy in, the classiest masked man of all time. And maybe my favorite wrestler. He's just a good guy, good example. Alright, then we had a quarterfinal match. Super exciting, just kidding. Gedo versus Super Delfin. When we could have got Malenko versus Ohtani. What are you going to do? Not applicable, I would say the score is. It was basically the Japanese Pillsbury Doughboy and Gedo versus the rainbow flag at the Gay Pride Parade. No offense to the gay community. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender community. Am I close? Am I close? I don't know. I'll work on that. I almost went to a Pride Parade one year. Anyway, he looked like the flag, and it was kind of weird. So, there's one serious issue I have with this show is the Super Douche versus the Uber Green Gedo. They shouldn't have made it out of the first round. They should have just been the guys to take the fall in the first opening round matches, the first two. Anyway, this match seemed to be a series of unnecessary spots. You know, like a Sami Callihan match. Alright, then we had our first big quarterfinal match. This man got a bye. I don't know if it's because of star power or because he won a tournament or like won some kind of thing, but Wild Pegasus, Chris Benoit versus Black Tiger, Eddy Guerrero. Man, Benoit came into some massive pops. Benoit versus Guerrero is always a big thing. I don't care if someone's under a hood or both are under a hood. Wild Pegasus, Chris Benoit, you call him Freddy fucking McNutsack, I don't care. These guys are gold. You can't hide their skill. Even WCW, you couldn't bury them. Black Tiger took it to Pegasus early on. Every move these guys made, every little step they took, there was an aggression in it. It was just great offense. Anyone who, basically, what happened was, anyone who knows Benoit knows that he had the greatest cardio tank ever, and he got charged with a double murder suicide, even though he was dead. It's kind of weird. Anyway, you basically don't want to go after him and wear him down and break him because it won't work. But Black Tiger went for that anyway, and sorry, Eddie. Benoit's a machine. The intensity was too much. This is great. Very suspenseful finishing stretch. Good finish. Great match. Alright, then we had that was like, by the way, 75%. I mean, that's fucking good. And our next match, even better. Al Samurai versus the great Sasuke. 80%, 4 stars. Sasuke moves kind of like a combination of Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee. Never stops, never stops. Always get the feet going, always get the footwork going. I mean, that's the first step to being a great fighter. Samurai went after the knee of Sasuke, tried to wear him down. The strategy soon failed when the greatest high flyer of all time, in my humble opinion, Sasuke took this guy. Judging by the crowd, Sasuke was both the underdog and the one the fans wanted to win. And I can see why he was the fans' choice. I mean, great match. You had some, you had that, and that was just fucking fantastic. I mean, this show just keeps getting better and better. Alright, then we had a quarterfinal match. Jushin Thunder Liger, the legend of the juniors, versus Ricky Fuji. I got this at 69%. Fuji comes out to the most wholesome, non-threatening country music of all time. I have a feeling he picked that up in Stampede working with Stu in the voice. Yeah, I found out where Kenta got his top rope double stomp that he got aside from. Just Liger Houston on Fuji. I mean, that was pretty cool. It was good to see two Stampede vets and New Japan vets kind of go at it. And, well, FMW, sorry. Very good match. Dynamic and awe-inspiring finish. I mean, the finish was fucking crazy. I don't know if I want to spoil it. And it involved one of the coolest Hurricane Ranas of all time, or head scissors. Just think of any leg around the head moves. And it was maybe one of the coolest ever. Liger gives Fuji his Thunder seal of approval, I'll call it, which is huge. I mean, it gets you over. Liger's a good guy. Liger's a good heart. I wish I could meet the man. Shit. I'll be his assistant for free. Mr. Liger, if you see this. A humble guy, I like charity, volunteering. Anyway, selling myself. Look at my resume. Then we had our semifinal match. Wild Pegasus, Chris Benoit versus Gedo, 59%. Very solid match. Pegasus was just unstoppable. Finishes it with the diving headbutt to the chest. Then we had our semifinal match. All I can say about this, basically, well, not all I can say, but fucking classic, man. It's Mitch Hedberg. Just what a match. I mean, Liger is actually a bit of a prick here, which is really weird for him. He can do it, though. Sasuke was... He wasn't much as a... I wouldn't say Liger was a prick, actually. Just, like, I'm the veteran. I do what I want with you. I don't have to take you serious. That kind of thing. He was still beating on him, but he was kind of... There was chances where he could have went for pins and stuff, and he wouldn't. Sasuke was the never say die underdog. He took the beating, and he came back, not like Hulk Hogan. He did it the proper way. And I adore the finish. I can't say enough about this. Basically, what happened, I gotta spoil it. Liger hit, I think it was a rolling the capo kick to Sasuke, who was on the outside on the apron. And he took him down, and Sasuke got like right back up, like, you're dead now. And he went to do the springboard, I assume a drop kick, missile drop kick, and he face planted. And Liger was like giving him a hand, like mocking him. And then, boom, out of nowhere, the Hurricane Rana like roll up. And he got the surprise when the crowd, oh, and then just they lost their shit. I mean, as much as they like Liger, Japan is always a sucker for a good underdog. I wouldn't say sucker. I mean, I am too. I was cheering. I was saying Sasuke. Like, I am a true fan. I wish I could have been there. You call it marking out, bro, or whatever you want to call it. I call it being a fan, appreciating the art form, because it is an art form. It's a performance art. The best of them. And no one doesn't like Japan, man. Right. Well, I just sold the product. Maybe I'll write an essay and they'll hire me. Hope so. Then we get the Super J Cup final. The Great Sasuke versus the Wild Pegasus. By the way, the last match, I got like 89, 90%. I mean, it's just under 5 stars. Just. Alright, Super J Cup final. The Great Sasuke versus the Wild Pegasus, Chris Benoit. Good Christ, is this match good. Epic. Does not do it justice. Godly does not do it justice. Amazing. Phenomenal. A blowjob on a Ferris wheel is mediocre. Nothing compared to this match. This match, I mean, I gotta hand it to him. I know that like crazy stuff happened with Benoit and shit. He was hurt. He was sick. I don't blame him. I've forgiven Chris Benoit. The Great Sasuke versus Wild Pegasus Chris Benoit is fucking legendary. Anything less than 5 stars, I was gonna give this like 95% or something. And like I didn't overrate it, but fuck it. I'm not gonna give it even 100%. It's perfect. This match is untouchable. There wasn't one hurting mistake. There wasn't one inconsistent sell. There wasn't anything that wasn't totally believable. If you say there was, you're full of shit and you're not a real fan. So fuck you if you exist. Great. Benoit wins with the top rope gut wrench suplex, which is fucking crazy. I think it's the only time it's ever been done. Great move. Sasuke was my MVP of the show, but you know you got to give it to Wild Pegasus. Great post-match ceremony. Pegasus got his gold jacket, his trophy, and his championship belt. Everyone congratulated him. Everyone was in the ring. It was an emotional thing. I mean, I thought it was just as emotional as his world title win over Triple H and Michaels. I mean, what a great show. What an amazing show. I will actually be back. I will be back with the 1995 Super J Cup review, and that will be as soon as I can watch it and let it sink in. Alright, you guys have been good. Send requests, whatever. No naked pictures. See what happens to politicians. You guys have take it easy and keep on rocking. Alright. Well, I'm out.